All right, let's get our guided notes completed with multiplying rational numbers. These are originally out of our Glencoe books, so let's get started. This is the main concept in which you're going to do with this section. Okay, so this is just going to remind you of how to multiply fractions. We're multiplying straight across. We've already been getting practice with this, so this should just be a friendly reminder. In example 1 in your books, okay, they show you how to multiply straight across, given in this example. So now you have it in your notes. Let's go down to the got it questions for 1A, 1B, and 1C. Go ahead and multiply straight across, and then do the guided practice at the bottom. So pause your video, and then when you're done, push play to resume so you can get your answers. Okay, check your answers, correct any mistakes you might have, and then let's move on. For this next part of multiplying fractions and negative numbers and mixed numbers, they are actually taking the time to convert them into improper before they actually multiply. Okay, and notice how they are simplifying the fractions before they actually multiply. That is so much easier than having to multiply big numbers and factoring out big numbers at the end when you have to simplify. I did it on the last page. Okay, so if you need help with that, let me know and I'll be able to help you. Otherwise, let's go on. Okay, so let's do the guided questions together so you guys can see for 2A, if I simplify the fractions before I actually multiply. So for the 2 and the 12, okay, I can actually simplify and take a 2 out of both of them. This becomes 1, 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now I can also take a 3. I can factor out a 3 from the 9 and the 3. Okay, so that will be 3 divided by 3 is 1, 9 divided by 3 is 3. So now these are the numbers that I'm going to multiply. Negative 3 times negative 1, which puts out a positive 3. Okay, and then 6 times 1. And then we can even further simplify to 1/2. Okay, on this next one, we cannot take anything out of the 6 and the 11 because they're crisscross from each other, so we can't take anything out of there. But we can, however, since 9 and 3 are diagonal from each other, we can actually factor out a 3 from that one. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now we can actually, we know that 6 divided by 3 is going to be 2, but let's wait till we multiply straight across. 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. Okay, now we're going to divide by 3, and we're going to get an answer of negative 2 over 11. Okay, for this last one, let's go ahead and put them into improper. So 8 times 3 is 24. 24 plus 3, that's going to be 27 over 8. Times 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, 7 over 3. All right, so 27 and 3, we can factor out a 3 here. This becomes 1, and this becomes 9. Now let's go ahead and multiply straight across. 9 times 7 is 63. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 goes into 63. 7 times, which is 7 left over, 8. So 7 7/8 is your answer for 2C. Go ahead and try to apply these concepts for your guided practice questions 4, 5, and 6. Pause your video, resume play when you're ready for the answers. Okay, go ahead and check your answers for the guided practice 4, 5, and 6. If you have any questions, come and see me. Otherwise, let's move on. Okay, now I'm going to introduce you into the word problems. So here we have to get used to the words and knowing how to multiply. The first hill on a certain roller coaster is 255 feet tall. The first drop on another roller coaster is about 11/20ths as tall as the first coaster. Okay, notice how they trick you with that wording. Find the height of the hill on the second roller coaster. So, because we see this phrase right here, we know that we are going to take 11/20ths and multiply it to the whole number of 255. Okay, so they show you in this model how they are multiplying. Notice that they put the 255 as an improper fraction over 1 before they actually simplify, okay, to turn it into smaller numbers that they can actually multiply with. Let's get some practice. For guided questions, we're going to do 4A and 4B together. The Willis Tower in Chicago is about 1,450 feet tall. The Empire State Building in New York City is about 4/5 as tall. Okay? About how tall is the Empire State Building? We're going to multiply those two numbers. So we're going to take 4/5 and multiply it. I'm going to put this over a fraction now, or over 1 for a fraction for improper, so I don't have to waste a step doing that. I know that 1,450 is divisible by 5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and reduce those numbers down to something that I can work with. Okay, so it becomes 4 over 1 times 290. Okay, so basically we're just going to take 4 times 290, and we're going to get 1,160 feet tall is the Empire State Building. Okay? 4B, the longest suspension bridge in the United States is the 4,260 foot. Well, anyway, that bridge in New York City. The Tacoma Narrows Bridge in the Tacoma, Washington is about 11/20ths of that. Notice that they changed it to of now. So of is the biggest key word that we know in mathematics that means to multiply. Okay, so remember that. How long is the Tacoma? So let's multiply. We have 11/12 times 4,260 over 1. Let's see if that 4,260 is divisible by 12 so we can simplify. It is, and we get 1 here, and we get 355 here. So now just multiply 11 times 355, and you get your answer. 3,905 feet. Okay? Now try number 13 and 14 on your own. Press pause, and then resume play when you're ready for your answers.